Hello. Oi. Who asked you in? You stop that. Oh, Globbits.
Greetings all, and welcome back to Globbits Gaming Channel. Purpose of today's video, what I've basically done is I've been asked several times in the comments of my videos to let people know about how I've set up Bandicam, what settings I use, what software I use to edit and everything like that. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm more than happy to do that. I'm not one of these guys that's going to say, nope, you must go and learn for thyself. I'm more than happy to help you by sharing my settings. I'm just going to give you a basic rundown of how I do everything that I do. First things first, this is not the free version of Bandicam. Okay, this is the paid for version. Differences between the two, there aren't really that many. The only main difference is Bandicam, the unpaid version, will only allow you to record 10 minutes of video at a time, which when I first started out is completely 100% fine. There's no issues with it whatsoever. You will have a watermark over your videos though. If you look back some of my previous videos and back in the day, I think it's about a year or two ago now when I first started out, it'll have bandicam.com written across the top of it. At the start of your recording career though, to be honest with you, does that matter? No, of course not. Not an issue whatsoever. It does alter the quality of the video slightly, but to be honest with you, you can get exactly the same performance out of the paid version of Bandicam as you can the free version. Okay, so what do you need to know about it? Bandicam, there's lots of different recording software out there. I use this because I got advised to me that this basically makes the videos smaller. It does more condensing of the video files, which is wizardry I don't understand. It's better. But what it does do, it uses a little bit more of your processing power and your PC's power to run. It's not as lightweight as things like Fraps and things like that. Other options, you could use OBS. You could do anything you wanted to, but this is the one I use. Now, I'm using it in windowed mode, as you can see here. This is filming a rectangle on the screen. I can adjust the rectangle now by making it smaller and bigger live on video, and it does it for me. Okay, this is not what you use to record games. What you need to do is record this one. Now, what you'll do is you'll set up and open up World of Tanks or whatever it is you're particularly wanting to film, and you'll press this button. When you click on the game, it will then make this the DirectX OpenGL window, which means that whatever that screen, the video the game is playing, that is what will be recorded. Alright, that's what you need to use for that. The files output folder, we'll come on to that in a minute. The output folder, I've made it my G drive, which is my secondary storage drive. I've also got another drive for work stuff and sensitive stuff, and movies and things. My G drive folder, Bandicam videos. You can set this to any folder you want. You could literally go for any folder you want. Got all my different bits and pieces in here, Globbits gaming stuff, downloaded stuff, Diablo. I could put it in the Cube World folder, Heroes of the Storm folder, whatever I wanted to do. That's not a problem. That's its destination folder. I'll just pull up my destination folder so you can see it. Bandicam videos, and that's what it looks like. I've got my intro videos. I've got a couple of replays I'm looking at doing. I've got my logo set up, so I've got my uploaded videos, which is actually quite significant. I keep a record of all my videos until it gets to a stage where I can't be bothered anymore. And this is the video that we're actually making at the moment. Alright, this is the video being made live. There you go. That's the destination folder. I don't click Bandicam always on top. I don't do start Bandicam minimize to tray because it stays minimized. I just turn it on whenever I want to, and I don't do it on Windows Startup. If you have too many folders on your startup, it tends to slow your PC down if you put too much on there. Now, moving on to the advanced section. Alright, this is the bit where your settings come into fruition. So, you've got your video settings here. Your start and stop buttons, I use the / key on the numpad of my keyboard. Make sure this isn't the same as a key in game. For example, don't use it as the R key, because every time you put your tank into cruise control, you'll start and stop the recording. Yes, I have done that by mistake. You also want to show mouse cursor. Maybe as well, if you want to put a webcam overlay, you can do that. More on that in a minute. And this is my format. Now, depends on what you want from your particular video and audio settings. Alright, this is the image capture thing. What you want to do for the images, I just keep it as it is here. Output, that tells me where the actual video is actually going to, and about, you don't really need to worry about that. Now, settings for video capture. Alright, this is the main menu where you want to set everything up. First thing you need to set up is your sound. Alright, you want the Win 7 sound if you're playing Windows 7. Alright, you want that as your primary sound device. Your secondary sound device needs to be your microphone if you want to do voice overlay like I'm doing now. It will take the sound, whatever's coming through your speakers, as the primary sound, and then the microphone will pick up whatever your voice is saying. Now, 2 sound mixing needs to be checked. This means you'll put primary and secondary into one audio track, so you'll be talking over the game. If you want to do this separately, you can. You can use this as an audio software and then talk over it and splice it in with the video, which takes a lot more editing than what I'm willing to do. I can't be bothered with it. So I do it as it's going. For webcam, if you want to put your webcam in, I may start doing this to my videos. Is this something you guys would want to see? Quickie Baby-esque, Circon-esque. Would you like to see a webcam as I'm playing or recording videos? It's up to you. And you basically, what you do here is you position it wherever you want on the screen using this, work out the size you want it, alright, and do it from there. I don't do that at the moment, so I haven't got that checked. Logo, you can have your own logo if you want to. I may actually make a little Globbite and put that up in the top right hand corner of the screen or something, but you do that exactly the same way. Okay, effects, don't worry about it, I don't do it. And options, now, recording priority. This depends on how powerful your machine is. This is important. If you put it higher than normal, what's going to happen, or on the highest, it diverts more of the system's resources to Bandicam. Normally, you just want to put it on general task priority. I'll put it on higher than normal just to see what happened. It doesn't seem to have any problems, so therefore I don't worry about it. Alright, this, not sure what this means. Skip recording while frame is not updated. I don't know what that means. I've just got it ticked. Ugh, what can I do? Alright, that's the settings for the sound, etc. Record settings. What else we're going to look for? We need to go down here next. Work out your format settings. This is where you decide what codec you're going to use and what size of video. Now, the bigger the size, alright, the more memory it's going to take, the harder it's going to be. Now, if your game will not play it in, if your game doesn't play in 1920 by 1080, obviously don't record it in 1920 by 1080. Try and pick the size that you use in game. I use this though. I also record at 60 frames per second. Alright, there's no point doing it any higher than that. Alright, 60 frames is more than enough. And the codec. Now, the codec is important. I'm just going to bring up a website now. Okay, this is where you find out what the codecs are. If you have any problems, click the help button down there and it'll bring you up to this support section here on the Bandicam website. The really useful website for working out what's what. What I'm going to do now, okay, is look at the different codecs that you can use. So just go down here. Alright, you go down to the bits and pieces down here, hardware acceleration, all that kind of good stuff. Should be something down here on codecs, best codec for video and audio. Depends on your machine and depends what you want. Alright, I use the NVIDIA H264 GPU. This means that I believe that my graphics card helps my recording. I think this is why I'm getting stuttering when I watch my videos. I may start using Motion JPEG. Alright, we'll do a few videos and see what the differences are. But there's the basic idea of what the different codecs do. Alright, so if you have any problems with choosing a codec, click the help button and move on from there. Okay, quality I always have at 100, and audio, go for the best I can get. Okay, so 384 bitrate with 480,000 frequency. Obviously my microphone is set up so it will actually record that frequency, so that's all good. And I keep the file types as AVIs. If you have them as MP4s, they take longer to edit in the software that I use. Alright, so they're the basic setups. You can do all this through general as well. You do it in the advanced options section, bits and pieces like this. What you do here is you go to the advanced options on the front menu. I keep all that unticked. Hooking, I don't really worry about. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Language, obviously if you don't speak Chinese, then don't change the language to Chinese because you won't remember how to turn the damn thing back again. Others, this is where you get to your different video recording menus. We've seen this one already. Video format, we've seen that already. And also autocomplete recording, which I don't do. Alright, basically what it means is you do it either by time or by file size. It's not really an issue. If you want to make it into sections and episodes, if you like, you could start a new recording every time it gets to 15 minutes. You could do that if you wanted to, but I don't particularly need to, so I don't worry about it. And that's basically my Bandicam setup. You do need to tweak around with your microphone and make sure it's set up to the right settings, and just it's trial and error. If you get stuck, just click that help button. Alright. I hope that's helped you guys. On to more World of Tanks stuff very shortly. I've got some Beyond Earth stuff in the pipeline. I've done a few live games. There's a few more of those coming up. Some people are actually quite receptive towards the Panther live game. And I've also got World of Warships coming up as well. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I will catch you next time.